We are the team, the Suburban Inns team. We are a group of high schoolers from different schools and backgrounds that came together to achieve one common goal.
Hi, my name is Ray, and I'm a junior at Hudsonville High School.
Hi, my name is Vance. I'm a freshman at Salem West High School.
Hi, my name is Tabby, and I'm a senior at West Ottawa.
Hi, my name is Amy, and I'm a junior at Holland High.
Hi, my name is Jaden, and I am a sophomore at West Ottawa.
Hi, my name is Faith, and I am a sophomore at Allendale.
My name is Braden, and I am a sophomore at Holland Christian. This is Suburban Inns. They run an amazing hotel and restaurant service all around West Michigan. They, back before COVID, they had a system called Award Co., which was just amazing at making employees feel welcome and appreciate at work. However, last spring, COVID hit hard. Many employees had to be let go. Award Co. was discontinued as of that point. Sorry, but no, we're not done. Today we are bringing you a new way that it's. I'm sorry. That's it.
We were presented with a rather challenging problem for us to solve, and we went through many stages trying to find a solution. We were presented with the question, in what ways can we create a work environment that provides employee appreciation while maintaining low-cost spending during these times?
We know how important the core values are to Suburban Inns because each of them take part into your daily lives. For example, responsibility, being on time to work, and making sure that you're doing your job. Quality, on your website you guys had that. From the food you display to how every room, the quality is very important at Suburban Inns. And to being helpful, going above and beyond to help customers.
Some of our challenges that we had to face. We needed to find a solution that had a very low cost. We needed a solution that was creative enough that it could not be Googleable. And our solution needed to be able to work at all locations and be useful enough in the future to be still used when COVID is not as prevalent.
To come up with a solution that would work, we wanted to make sure that it worked for all employees. How we found out what employees felt like, we decided to send out a survey. So one of the first questions we asked them is, how did they feel at their beginning of the shift versus at the end? We found out that in the beginning of the shift, a lot of employees felt very motivated, but it tended to dwindle towards the end of their shift. One of our main problems we're going to try and solve is, how do we keep that motivation up throughout their entire shift? The next question we asked them was, how do they feel appreciated? How can we make them feel appreciated? A lot of them believe that written messages or public messages of appreciation is what they love the most, over a tangible gift. The last question we asked them is, how can Suburban Inns as a company improve the appreciation and recognition of their employees? A lot of employees wanted Award Co. back, but we knew we couldn't do that because our budget was very small. Other answers to this question also came back to written and verbal forms of appreciation. So that's what we're going to try and focus on later in our solution.
Some early ideas that we had been considering for this were a board game, an app, and social media recognition. The board game was going to be in the break room. People would have their face cut out, like a little picture of themselves on the board game. They'd get to move themselves around the board. The app was, to keep track of points that they could earn doing well, following the core beliefs in Suburban Inns. Social media recognition was where they would follow the core values, and then Suburban Inns themselves would shout out the employee to hopefully get them some more social media recognition. These were all scrapped. The social media one, we discovered that many people did not actually have social media, so that one left. The app. Apps are hard to create, and it started to just turn into another Award Co. The board game, although this one was a strong contender early on, because board games are just fun, it was scrapped. Many ideas of the board game, though, were carried on into the final solution.
Our solution will contain the core value cards, a leaderboard, and a trophy or a nameplate. You might be asking yourself, how will it work? our product. The core value cards. For core value cards, employees or customers will notice an action that an employee does. Then they will take steps to fill out that card, and this will push employees to recognize and empower others. Our leaderboard, every month the scores will revert back to 0, and this lets people be excited and competitive about the cards. And then for the trophy, there will be a designated domain or area for the top winner. And for the nameplates will be put on a plaque. And once that plaque is all the way filled up, employees will be able to take their plaques home as a commemoration of their achievement.
So starting off with part 1 of our solution for Suburban Inns, we have the core value cards. This is what our vision for what the employee-to-employee core value cards would look like. As you can see, the top line of the card is where the name of the employee being recognized would be written. Then whoever is filling out this card would circle which core value, whether that being responsible, quality, or helpful, the employee was displaying, or maybe even both. There could be combinations of a couple of them. And the bottom line would be where the person who is filling out the card would write their name. And employees would also be encouraged to write on the back of the card what specific action the other employee did. These cards would be put in a designated area in the break room. And this is our vision for what the customer to employee cards would look like. This is the same idea for filling out the cards, except it would be anonymous. And these cards would also count as 2 because we assumed that if a customer is taking time out of their stay to fill out one of these cards, it probably means that what the employee did was very, very stellar. And customers would put these cards in a designated box on the front desk. And for the customers at bars or restaurants, they can place the cards in the booklet in which the bills are in. And speaking of that box at the front desk, this is what that would look like. Suburban Inn's logo would be right on the front, and whichever receptionist is working the front desk that day would encourage customers to one, fill out the card, 2, write out on the back of the card what the employee did, and to 3, also put the cards in that box.
The benefits of using the core value cards are, first, team member to team member. It makes them feel encouraged and appreciated because their team members acknowledging the fact that they're doing the core values and that you're being appreciated. Secondly, the customer benefits of using the core value cards are that the customers are acknowledging the company's core values, and that the team members will probably pep up their step to hopefully get these cards because they are worth more points.
The second part of our solution would be, of course, the leaderboard. The leaderboard would be displayed on a TV or on a wall inside of one of your break rooms or lounges, anywhere where the staff team can see it. This leaderboard will be updated bi-weekly and reset every other month, where the top spot will be rewarded. It is proven that when people see their goal in front of them, they will feel more motivated. This is the main reason to include the leaderboard in the first place. This will encourage and excite people to stay competitive and want to receive their goal.
And moving on to part 3 of our solution, we have a 2-part idea. We will give Suburban Inns the option to decide which one sounds better. But first off, we have the core value trophy. And this is our design for that. The nameplate on the bottom would be laminated. That way employees can sign their name in between the lines that say "in recognition of" and "for displaying the core values of Suburban Inns." Whichever employee is at the top of the leaderboard can go steal this trophy off of a designated domain belonging to the previous winner. These trophies would cost Suburban Inns a down payment of $90 and then nothing afterward.
The second part to our plan is to have a core value plaque. Instead of having something that a employee can have for a short bit of time, we instead decided to have them be recognized for an entire year. And after that year is done, their nameplate, which will be etched in with their year that they received their award, and also their name, they can take that home. The only downside to this plan would be the price of it. It would be $110.32 per month with all the buildings combined, which evens out to about $13.75 per month per building.
The trophy pros and cons. The pros are that it has only one down payment of $90 for each location, and another pro is that it can be rotated in between employees, meaning that you won't have to buy a new trophy each month. You can just rotate it, and it has display options. The cons of the trophy are that it will cost money, and it will need a spot where it can be placed somewhere in the hotel, and that it can be damaged over time. The pros and cons of using the plaques are that the pros is that it can be individually personalized, and after a couple months, each person can take their name plate home, and that it's more durable than a trophy. The cons are that it is $13.79 each month per location, and the employee can't actually take it home until after 12 months, and the plaque will have to be altered every month. So just like Ray said, we decided to let Suburban Inns decide what was more efficient for their company between the trophy and plaque. But it is important to have one because the benefits are that it's tangible, meaning it's a physical object that will motivate the people, the team members to want it. And it's a friendly competition between the work days so that everyone can want to have it. And it's a motivation to have the employees work a little harder for it. And it's something that everyone would want.
To quick sum up what our solution is for Suburban Inns, the core value cards are filled out to recognize employees for displaying the core values of Suburban Inns. The leaderboard is where the employees with the most cards will be displayed, and the trophy or plaque, depending on which Suburban Inns chooses, is for the top leader on the leaderboard.
We had a lot of fun coming up with a solution for you guys, and we wanted to thank you all for your time. Does anybody have any questions or concerns?